Hi, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing the Queen book tag. I had this idea since Bohemian Rhapsody came out on Friday, and by the way, it was so good. I loved it. I thought it was amazing. Anyway, so I decided to make a Queen book tag. Now I looked it up, and one person, I think this channel made one. I'll link it down below. I watched some of it, but I also wrote these questions before I looked it up, and I think, I don't want to say I like mine better, but I kind of want to answer my own questions. So they technically get the credit, but I'm making my own. So, sorry. Let's just get right into it. Question number 1, Bohemian Rhapsody. Name a book you had low expectations for that ended up blowing you away. So I chose this question for this one because the record executive who first listened to Bohemian Rhapsody thought it was not going to be a good song to headbang to and thought it wasn't going to chart, and he didn't want to make it a single. So the book I chose for this one was 5 Stages of Andrew Bradley by Sean David Hutchinson. I picked it up partly because of the cover and partly because of the summary. I did not expect much from this book. I don't know what I was expecting. I didn't have high expectations for it, but it ends up being one of my favorite books, so this definitely deserves a spot. Also, people don't know about this book, and it's really surprising. It's actually pretty good. So, 5 Stages of Andrew Bradley. Bradley. Did I say Bradley? It's 5 Stages of Andrew Bradley. I said Bradley. Next, question number 2. Freddie Mercury. Name a book with an eccentric cast of characters. I chose for this one Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children because what other book has the most eccentric cast of characters than this book? They're all absolutely amazing. They all bring something new to the table that, it's a really interesting book. And I haven't actually read this in a couple years, and I kind of want to reread it at some point. But, they're peculiar. Question number 3. You're my best friend. Book that you wish you can bring with you everywhere you go. For this question, I brought my favorite book of all time, Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. I just reread this, and I love it so much more now. It's so good. It's so good. It's a favorite book. Next question, Radio Gaga. Book that you think will withstand time / you want future generations to read. So for this one, I chose I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. I actually also just reread this. This was my first book for Lalathon, and rereading it, I'm just this should be a mandatory read. I don't know why, something about it, it's just there's metaphors and imagery, and it's symbolism, and I think, honestly, if I read this book in high school, I would have loved it. And I think that all future generations should read this book, because I think there's something for everybody. It talks about family and finding yourself and being someone you're not just because of the people around you. And I love it. This is one of my favorite books of all time as well, and I think people should read it. Well, even if you don't read, I just think that everyone should read this. Question number 5, Somebody to Love. Favorite rom-com book. I didn't know how to word this. I didn't want to say favorite romance novel. I didn't want to say favorite YA contemporary. I wanted rom-com. That could be anything. I don't know. You can interpret this however you want it. I think YA contemporary when I think rom-com. You can think of something else. That's perfectly fine. But for me, I picked To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. I think you should read it. It is just so cute, and Peter Kay, and the whole series is really good. I'll get into that in a second, but it's my favorite. Okay. Question number 6, Love of My Life. Favorite book OTP. Monty and Percy. I love them so much. They are so cute together. They go through so much, and I can't, they're so cute. I love them. I love them. I love them. Next, Don't Stop Me Now. A book you read in one sitting. So for this one, I chose We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I read this in one day in maybe a couple hours. It was a fun time. I remember I filmed right afterwards because I didn't know what to do with myself. And I sent it to my best friend, and I was like, dude, you need to read this. I need to talk to someone about it. I don't know what to do. And so I messaged someone on Bookstagram actually and was like, hey, like have you read this? I said, I need to talk to someone about it. And she was like, yeah, but it's been forever. I don't remember anything. I'm like, dope. So I had to just sit in silence for an hour and figure out what to do with myself. Next, crazy little thing called love. Like how this song by Queen is a tribute to Elvis Presley. What's your favorite retelling? For this, I chose Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I think this is the only retelling I've ever read. Yeah, I have a couple retellings on my TBR, but I've never actually read them. And this is the only one that I've read. No, it's actually really good. It's like, if you haven't read this, I don't know why you haven't. I think everyone's read the Cinder at this point. So it's actually really interesting. It's a lot more to it than just the regular Cinderella story. She's such a badass, and it's amazing. Next, we have Live Aid, which is the greatest concert I've ever seen. I never went because I'm 19, but I love watching it on YouTube. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's amazing. It's proven to be the greatest Queen performance ever, and it has such a great group of songs, and just like how that is the best great series of songs, I guess, what is your favorite series? And for this one, I chose the To All the Boys I Loved Before trilogy by Jenny Han. It's so cute. I marathoned this series, and I don't usually marathon series. This is it's so beautiful. I just love looking at the spines. The way Lara Jean has grown through the trilogy is so cute. I love Peter Kay, he's my favorite. It's great that we get to see, because this leads up to the relationship. This is the relationship, and this is like, it's really cute. And that's it. That's all I have to say about the series. It's so cute. So the next one, question number 10 is, I want to break free. What's a book, series, or author that you would like to not be associated with anymore, that you want to break free from? So when making this tag, I realized there was only one answer to this question, and that is The After series by Anna Todd. So I've had these books on my shelf since this book came out, and I've accumulated the rest of the series for the years. They have all the spin-offs. I think I'll keep them on my shelf only for nostalgic purposes. When they were originally fan fiction, I read all of them. I know that her most recent book, Anna Todd, The Brightest Stars, I think that's what it's called. I know that a lot of booktubers have read that, and I think they liked it. So if at some point in the future I might give that a shot, but this series, I'm definitely sorry, we're breaking up. So that has been the Queen book tag. Like I said, the original, I'll tag the original down below. Everyone can do this. I want everyone to do this. This is so fun. I thought this was really fun. So, yeah. Okay, so yeah, links in the description. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, all the things. You can follow my booktube. You're on my booktube. My bookstagram. I'll have both. So yeah. See you next time. Bye.